The room is relationships. The room is you and me and everyone in America.
What are you talking about?
The room is different cookie cutter from Hollywood.
Yeah, man, you never know. People are very strange these days.
What's going on?
Welcome to The Room Minute,
The podcast where we get obsessed with the cinematic classic The Room.
1 minute at a time.
You have no idea what kind of trouble you're in here, do you?
Why are you so hysterical?
We always wanted people actually talk about it.
I did not hit her. It's not true. It's bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, hi, Allison.
Oh, hi, Rob.
Oh, hi, listeners. We're here for minute 36, in which Claudette doesn't understand capitalism.
Is that what we're going with?
Oh, hi, Johann.
Oh, hi, guys.
That's my description for the entire minute, is Claudette doesn't understand capitalism. Yeah, because we're continuing on the rooftop. The end of the Chris R. scene. Johnny and Mark have just taken him away, and Claudette and Lisa proceed to interrogate Denny and make him cry.
I'll give it at least Claudette knows how to accessorize. Her earrings do match her top, and then her little sweater that she has wrapped around matches her pants. Because did they bring most of their own?
I'm wondering if she started using her, bringing her own outfits to set, like Robin Paris did.
Like I think she seems more sensible of like how she's dressed compared to everybody else.
She probably brought her own clothes.
Yeah,
because she had to drive in from Orange County, and she was there every day on set. She had to be taken to the hospital for dehydration after one scene.
Yeah,
so she was putting effort in, and I know Robin Paris, for example, saw how small their wardrobe budget was. And she brought her own clothes, did her own makeup before every scene she was in. She wasn't going to deal with that. So maybe Carolyn Minot figured that out too.
Yeah.
Or she got lucky, because she was the only one who could fit these outfits.
What did that man want from you?
Nothing. Oh, that was not nothing.
Oh, this dialogue. And it's even more fun if you go back to the script, because the dialogue is even worse with Billy. They want to know, what did that man want? He wanted money.
I owe him some money.
What kind of money?
I owe him some money.
What kind of money?
And, what kind of money is the important question that Lisa asked twice.
Canadian.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need some clarification. I mean, if they were old like Lithuanian, like they could cover him.
Well, I want to actually get to notes from a midnight screening early, because I only have 2 for this minute, but one of them is here.
Notes from a midnight screening.
The audience after all these years, still doesn't have a joke for this. When she asks what kind of money, they just laugh. Like, no one yells out like Canadian or some random thing. It was just laughter.
Yen!
It was like, that's great. They haven't even tried. And then the other thing from this minute is, when Claudette says a man like that, the audience says along with her, with a gun. My God. That's all from the midnight screening for this minute, because you just gotta enjoy this scene. It's like earlier, the scene in the flower shop, the audience is quiet. They just gotta enjoy the brilliance of it.
Do you remember that gum commercial where it was all these people doing these jobs and then they would ask to get paid in like Trident or something?
Would you mind if I paid you in gum?
You have to get paid in Trident? No.
Of course you can pay me in gum. Maybe he wanted to get paid in gum.
I'd be crazy not to get paid in Trident layers.
I've said before, I only finally watched this movie after I saw the Cinema Sins video for it, which came out on my birthday, January 29th in 2013. But there's a great line in that video when Claudette says,
"What do you need money for?"
And he says,
"Money could be used for goods and services."
Keep in mind, in the original script, this is Claudette's son.
Wait, what?
This is Lisa's brother, Billy.
That's right.
What do you need money for? Now, we don't know in the movie that, this is her son, who she has disowned because he's gay, who is now a prostitute.
Wait, but he has a girlfriend in that script.
You can have a girlfriend and be gay.
Yeah, it's mixed.
Yes,
it's confusing. It's weird. Actually, I don't think Beth is in that version of the script. She's in the other version of the script and in the film. And then in Philip Hodgman's comic, he goes with the film version with Beth.
See, if he were bi, it's easier to sell not being gay, which is what caused him to be thrown out, because he has a girlfriend. That's why it doesn't make sense. If he was gay, that would make sense that conservative parent would throw him out. But if he has a girlfriend, it's like, well, he could have hidden that.
Yeah, then he can just he can say he's trying or something.
That's why it just doesn't make it's weird.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of, bisexual.
Yeah.
Now things get weird in the script, of course, because when Denny says,
I bought some drugs off of him. Things got mixed up. I didn't mean for this to happen.
Instead, in the original, Billy says, I've been prostituting myself to make some money, and he's my pimp. Things got mixed up. He thinks I'm holding out on him. I didn't mean for this to happen.
See, that makes more sense.
So sad.
It makes more sense than the drug.
Sad.
Instead of, I don't have them anymore, he says, I don't work for him anymore. And then it gets really odd, because Lisa says, your clients, were they Johns or Tricks, Billy?
What?
I don't get the distinction.
Wait, what?
Yeah. And Billy says, it doesn't matter, I don't do it anymore. Claudette says, it doesn't matter. How the hell did you get involved with prostitution? Are you taking drugs?
Wait, because the tricks are what you do to your Johns who are the regular.
Oh, don't worry, it gets weirder.
Oh, I don't
Claudette wants more information. She says, what? Were you a hooker, call boy, a curb crawler? Where in the hell did you meet that man? And then Lisa asks again, were your clients Johns or Tricks? And Billy explains they're the same thing.
What?
And curb crawlers are Johns, which I
what?
Also, and then he thinks and says also Tricks.
Oh my god.
I don't think any of them know what they're talking about in this scene.
No, nobody knows what they're talking about. I think this is Billy's first day of being a prostitute. He really didn't know what he was doing. He was just trying to pick up all the lingo.
It's his first day and he already quit.
They handed him the booklet of like what you need to know on the job, so it's your first day on the job. And then
terms you'll need to know.
And he kind of glossed over a lot of the dialogue, but he remembers certain things, but he's like, oh wait, what's yeah.
He's like, wait, Lisa, what do you mean? Are they Johns or Tricks? That's on page 1. Those are the same thing.
Yeah, it would be like, so you're turning a trick on a John. Here's what you do. And then so he didn't get past that. So you just think that oh my god, this guy is just, what was going on with this script?
Yeah.
At least this new script is a little bit better.
Well, in the first version, yeah. I mean, in the new version, Lisa's just like,
what kind of drugs, Denny? What kind of drugs do you take?
Like, she thinks he's taking drugs and she wants to know what he's on. Which is useful information. She wants to get help for this kid they're taking care of.
Yeah. Especially if they've been paying his rent.
Yeah. And yeah, so he can he's attending college to major in finance, according to My Big Break comic, to be just like Johnny.
He's not good with money.
No. And
it's nothing like that.
It's a little like that, Denny. And either way, in both versions of the scene, Lisa eventually grabs Billy / Denny and shakes him and says,
what the hell is wrong with you?
In her nice, how did you describe it, her tone for this minute? All her sentences are just the same screaming tone.
All that intensity in just like, face area. Nowhere else in the body. So, I am more confused about this movie than I ever was, and I didn't need to be.
You're welcome.
I enjoyed the movie as it was. Thank you. I was enjoying this movie as it was, confusing and did make sense. Now it's more than that.
Yeah. It's a wonderful thing. When you break it down, all these scenes are just so much. They're like, it's like a museum, and each little exhibit from the film is such a different thing. Like, the scene doesn't fit.
It feels like you let 4chan write most of the dialogue and the script, and then you decide to go with some of it, but then you find the script of what it could have been. And you're like, wait, you wrote all those ideas down?
Well, and then keep in mind, on the set, none of these actors had an entire script. They were getting, like, their sides for the day, and that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, are you serious?
Bits and pieces.
They get a few pages a day, if their scene was that day, and they all had to be there every day because there was no schedule.
They didn't know if they were being filmed.
Yeah, there was no schedule.
Oh my god.
Like, that's why when they called Chris R. back to do this scene up on the rooftop set, which was in the parking lot, he was out buying groceries, and it had been a week or two since he'd filmed with them. He thought he was done. And they're like, we need you back right now. It's like, yeah, no, I'll come tomorrow. So they just had to then rehearse this scene without him, even though they had already filmed it multiple times. because Johnny needed them to be doing something on set rather than film something else.
God. This is
the greatest film production ever, I think is what you were looking for there.
Yeah, I think that was the ending of your sentence.
I'm feeling kind of depressed now, guys. Oh, I feel so bad for everyone involved in this movie now. Oh,
yeah.
I need ice cream.
Any other notes on this minute?
Oh, God. No, I'm sad.
Okay, let's move away from this movie then.
I'm legitimately sad about
It's
this.
Friday.
It's Friday.
Let's talk about a different bad movie. What do you got for us, Johann?
I know it. It all sounds like some bad movie.
Bad movie of the week.
Alright. It's not a good movie in any sense. It's not like this, like it's a bad movie you can actually enjoy. This is the first bad movie I ever watched that I picked up.
Okay.
I was in 4th grade. So this is about the 1980s. Somebody told me, you've got to watch this movie called Monster High. Not like the Bratz Monster High. Have you heard about this movie?
I think I've seen it, but it's been so long I don't remember what movie it is.
So it's a high school that gets infiltrated by monsters and all culminates at the very end with a trope of the time, a basketball match.
That's
So,
how you
like-
settle things.
Monster High, 1989.
Yeah, cause like, I think Teen Wolf already came out at this time. But so here I am, I'm watching it, like, I rented the VHS, like my parents rented it for me, and I'm watching it on this big projector screen of this horribly bad movie. They open up doors and there's boobs. That like a green screen of a door and there's boobs right there. And I'm in 4th grade, I'm like, what am I watching? And like the movie's just bad. And I remember my brother saying, why are we watching this? And my mom or my dad was like, he picked it. It's like, I'm just sitting there like, a friend told me this was good. And then we watched the entire movie.
It had a great VHS cover. It's a alien hand dunking the earth into a basketball hoop.
Yes. It's
gonna get your attention.
Yeah, it like could have been Space Jam, but it wasn't.
It's funny, on IMDb there are no pictures from the film itself, so I'm actually not sure if I've seen this.
Yeah. I can't remember every part of this movie at all, but I picked this movie and it was so bad and I regretted it. And until you brought up the concept of what this Friday episode was, I remembered this. But there's like a scene where like their basketball star is like running up to, I think do a layup or a dunk or whatever, and a gargoyle reaches up and grabs his leg. And because of the weight of the gargoyle, the guy bifurcates from his ankle. And then he's left like cradling the top of the basketball rim because he's in pain. This is in a movie that a 4th grader rented. I'm pretty sure they won. I honestly can't remember, but this was, it just strikes a chord for me because I picked this movie and it was so bad and I regretted it. And there was no way I was going to enjoy it even in like back then.
The writer apparently never did anything else I've ever heard of. The director did nothing else I've ever heard of. And I don't recognize any of the actors' names. What is?
Yeah, and the production company I don't even recognize at all. I think they did Elvis in Hawaii.
You know what the director eventually worked on? Is a bunch of Playboy videos in the early 2000s.
Makes sense, so there's boobs then. But yeah, that's unfortunately my bad movie. If you get to see like
I've never seen it, so I can't even comment. Wow, but I want to now.
I don't even know if clips are on YouTube, to be honest.
The description: 2 aliens steal a doomsday device from another world and abscond to Earth. The device is Mr. Armageddon, a living embodiment of destruction who intends to destroy the planet. A ragtag group of high school students stand in his way.
Oh my god, this entire movie's been uploaded to YouTube.
Yes! Then I will watch it and insert a comment now.
No la haré.
What year did it come out?
1989.
1989. Yeah, if you pull up if you just put Monster High, you get the Bratz looking thing. But if you put Monster High 1989, the entire movie is on YouTube. It's a top one right there.
Wow.
I think it's subtitled because it says Una Squadra Alien.
That's all. I love when I get one I've never heard of. Well, I've heard of it, but I don't know. I'm pretty sure I've never seen it. So. Oh,
yeah, it's unfortunately it is in Spanish.
Wait, it's in Spanish?
Yeah.
Or the video on YouTube is?
No, the movie's in Spanish.
Oh, the movie's in Spanish. Maybe that's why I've never seen it.
No.
Okay.
Well, I looked it up and I just see a computer screen holding a basketball.
A computer screen holding a what?
Basketball.
A basketball.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're on the right track.
That's probably it. If there's a basketball involved. Wow. I will try to watch it later. I'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
Probably it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Because a bad movie, you can probably guess what the dialogue is.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's not compelling dialogue.
And it's probably, how long is it? It's probably super short.
Yeah. I suggest doing something and letting it play in the background and occasionally glancing and going like, oh my god, and then like look away again.
Sometimes that's the best for any bad movie.
Yeah.
Even if it is in a language you understand.
Yeah.
Thank you. Johann, one more time, if the listeners want to hear more from you, where can they do so?
You can see or listen to me on the ID4 Minute, which is Independence Day. And past project was Roughneck Minute, which is about Starship Troopers.
So it's nothing wrong when people make fun of the project, in this case, The Room.
The Room Minute is a production of Lemming Drops Studio. You can find more content at lemmingdrops.com.
Follow The Room Minute on all the obvious social media. If you've got any stupid comments after the show,
you can leave them in your pocket on Facebook. If you like what you hear, throw us a rating and review on your podcatcher of choice. Thank you for listening, and remember, if a lot of people loved each other, the world would be a better place to live.
No one ever pays me in gum.
Cut.
Perfect.